Hello everyone, welcome to the next chapter of Fibonacci. Let's quickly recap what we have seen previously till now. We have seen the Fibonacci spiral, the Fibonacci sequence, how the Fibonacci sequence has been formed from 0, 1, adding the two numbers 1, then 2 and 1, 3, 5 and 3, 8, 5 and 8, 13. So this is the sequence that we get all together. That is the first part. And we have seen in nature how this Fibonacci spiral has been useful. So first square, second square, then square of 2, square of 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. And then we draw across as an arch. And this is what we get. Right. And these are various examples which we see in nature. Right. Then we saw the golden ratio, which is there. There are two terms which are there as golden ratio. One is 1.618, and again 0.618 is also been termed as golden ratio because they are square root of each other. Then we come down to the next part, which is Fibonacci ratios. Now we have seen various Fibonacci ratios which are there and how to derive them. The Fibonacci ratios are 0.236, 0.382, 0.618, 0.76, right? And 0.786 is nothing but a square root of 0.618, right? Thank you so much to my friend Enzo Zonica who updated me regarding this. Actually, I missed that, but yes, I thought let's cover it into this video. Now we would see about Fibonacci extensions, right? Now, what are Fibonacci extensions? See, Fibonacci retracements which are there, these are ratios. So whenever we get a range starting from 0 to 1 and we get a retracement to either of the points which are there in the Fibonacci ratios, then we go towards extension for a target. Now, how we need to be selecting those, we'll talk them one by one, right? Again, we do the same table, serial number 1 to 18. When we get the Fibonacci numbers which are there, the first 18 numbers which are there, and then we go for the Fibonacci extensions. Now, how to draw Fibonacci extensions? This is just a similar way, only there are certain changes which are there. We were going for the next number for division purpose. Here we'll go for the previous number. Let's go on the Excel sheet so that it becomes easier for us to understand. Right? For example, we have taken this number 233. Now, what we do is 233, we try to divide it by 144. So when we divide it by the previous number, we get an extension which is 1.618. So similarly, for all the things together, all the numbers, if we divide this number by the previous number, that is 144 by 89, we get the same sequence. Again, if we go for any of them randomly, this 1597 divided by the previous number, that is 987. So you get an extension which is 1.618. Right? So this is the first extension that we get. We go to the second number. Let's continue one by one. So that is the first Fibonacci extension, which is 1.618. After that, we get the second Fibonacci extension, which is 2.618. How we derive 2.618? Just like as we saw in ratios, here the same way we are going to do over here. That is, we divide 233 by the previous alternate number. So that is keeping 144, you go towards 89. So here is the number, that is this 233 divided by 89. That's how you get that number, and that extension is 2.618. Right? So this is the second extension that we saw. Simple, very simple on that part. It is just like the ratios. Only thing is ratios, you go for the next number. Here you go for the previous numbers. So you get it multiples, which is more than 1. So 1.618 is the first one. Second is 2.618. The next number is 4.236. Now 4.236 is nothing but you skip two numbers and take the previous number. So here, if our number is 233, we skip 144, we skip 89, and we go for the third previous number. So here how it is 16, B16, and divided by 55. So we get 4.236, right? So you have written down these numbers over here: 1.618, 2.618, 4.236, right? Altogether, all the numbers have been given over here, right? So these are the first three extensions: 1.618, 2.618, 4.236. After that, we get further extensions, which is there like 1.272. Just like we got 0.76, which was a square root of 0.618. Similarly, 1.272. is a square root of 1.618. So square root of this number, that is 1.272, right? And if you see again, yes, probably 1.618 is again a square root of 2.618, right? So we got this extension 1.272. So we go for the fourth number 1.272. How we get now the next number? As we saw that, okay, fine, this is a square root. So 1.272 is a square root of 1.618. Similarly, 1.618 is a, no, 1.272 is a square root of 1.618. 1.618 is a square root of 2.618. And we get one more extension, which is a square root of 4.236, which is 2, right? So we have extension 1.272, 1.618, 2.618, 4.236. So these are the extensions that we get, right? So extensions are 1.272, 1.618, 2, 2.618. There is one more extension which has been added between 2.618 and 4.236, that is 3.618, right? And then we get the last one, it is 4.236. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 extension numbers which we have. And here we have just taken few examples which are there. Let's say, for example, So I've taken one example starting from maybe probably this high, and after that the low part, and we go towards retracement, and after that we get first extension, we have a retracement, second extension. See, these targets are exactly like 1.618 is the first target. Then we got a retracement, probably it is at a 50% of this range, and then we get the second target, this is 2.618, right? And after that it goes back, and probably after that 2.618 we got 3.618 target, and then 4.236. Now it's not necessary that it would be just hitting across the exact number which is there. Sometimes it would be a bit less than that, sometimes it should be more than that, right? So what we should do is, after that we should start trailing our stop loss, right? So this was about extensions. So we saw Fibonacci ratios also and Fibonacci extensions also. Let's try to cover one more part, which is how to draw Fibonacci. Now, drawing Fibonacci, we would consider it in both the parts. One is we have the website, which is tradingview.com. Let me just remove this so that it becomes easier for me to understand things, right? Now, let's say we are going only for, I'll reduce the time period so that it becomes easier for us for understanding purpose. Now, Fibonacci's are always to be drawn from a low to a high, right? We'll consider various time frames for that. So for this purpose, let's go to the low. So here, let's say we have this low coming over here, right? So to draw a Fibonacci, what we need to do is, as I told you for tradingview.com, right? On the left-hand side, you would be finding these tools which are there. So we go for first, second, and third tool. Third tool, you'll be finding a right-hand side arrow. When you click on that, you'll be getting this various other tools which are there. So from this, probably this is the first tool, which is Fib Retracement, right? So I click on that, right? I go to a high. Let's say this is a high point. And after that, I go for a low part. So let's say this is the low, right? So once I've drawn this, I zoom it across so that I would be able to go to the exact points which have been needed for us, right? So what I do is, on this Fibonacci, I click it across, I get a box, right? Here is the settings one. So on settings, when I click, I get 3 different options. One is the style one, and second is the coordinates. Now let's first of all try to arrange the coordinates so that after that we'll be able to go towards the ratios as well as extensions. So again, calculating the I'll just move it across over here. While drawing a Fibonacci, we need to always consider the high and low points. That's it, nothing more than that, right? For example, if this is the high is 16414.7. 16414.7. So this is 414.7. I press the next tab, right? And so this was the high. 1 is number 1 and 2 is going to be the low part, right? This can be interchangeable depending on if you are going for a topward extension or a downward extension. That is, you are going to take a trade in the upward direction, or if you are going to take a trade in the downward direction. Here it is showing for upward direction because we are trying to get a retracement. So naturally the target would be going up, right? So my high would be one would be on the upper side, that is higher side, and low would be on the lower side, that is the bottom side. So this number would be 1, which will be going on the top side, and this number which is lower than this one, that is coming on the bottom side. So let's try to identify our low also. Here is my low. Low comes to 739.65. So 739.65, right? So you can actually change these numbers on the basis of the settings which are there, right? And if you want to, let's say, probably change this to the exact point, you would be able to do that also, either this one or this one, and you go on probably just extending the points. So if it is a far one, you can go ahead by maybe 10, 20, 100 points, whatever it is there, right? So this comes to the point, right? You can draw this various Fibonacci's together. It's not necessary that you should be going only for first Fibonacci, right? Let's say, for example, if we are getting a low point somewhere before this. So what I'll do is I'll try to go somewhere on the backside also. So this should be somewhere around 80. This is just for accuracy purpose, not necessary that you should be going as per those points only. But let's say I'm getting this low. So the low is 735.75. So 0.75. 735.75. Right? So this is what I got as a chart which is there on 5 minutes time frame, right? If I need to go for a smaller time frame, definitely I'll be able to do that also. Let's do one thing. For example, I need to see probably how this small Fibonacci has been formed. So what I'll do is over here, again, I'll go to the same tool. I'll go to the high, and then I'll go to the low part. Right. So what I get is I get a high, I get a low, I get a high, and after that I get a retracement, and after that probably the market has gone up, right? So till what time it has gone, or till what points it has gone high, we'll go for styles, and in styles I'll be getting these targets which are there. Now, as we saw in Fibonacci ratios, 0, 0.236, 0.382, 0.5, 0.618, 0.76, and 1 was there, right? After that, we have 1.272, which is an extension, 1.618, which is an extension, 2.618, which is an extension, 3.618, which is an extension, right? I'll draw 4.236 also if required. So these are various extensions. And then we come to those parts. Right? So whenever I need to draw small Fibonacci's, probably on the basis of that, I'll be able to get the targets, right? So here it has probably gone somewhere around about 2.618, right? And from there it got a reversal, right? The reversal, if I need to again track down the reversals, I'll be able to do the same things over here. Let's say, for example, this is a small reversal. right? So here I got a small reversal. Let's say, for example, this was my low, this was my high. I again got a retracement over here, and after that, the market started pulling down, right? So this is how you'll be able to trade on the basis of various Fibonacci's, but reversals you should be always identifying with the help of RSI and MACD, right? This probably will try to take the details in other next webinars so that it becomes easier, because now we are focusing only more of on Fibonacci's, how we are drawing those Fibonacci. So I'll remove this Fibonacci. So for first Fibonacci, this was my low and this was my high, right? And I got a retracement. So probably somewhere around a target of 1.618 or 2.618 would be there. After that, I'll start trailing my stop loss. And at this point, probably I'll just move out of the trade, right? Because I have to again get a retracement over here. Now, how to get that retracement altogether, I'll just tell you. Again, I go from this low to this high, right? So from this low, I got this high and I again got a retracement, which is there up to 0.5, right? See, what happens is mostly, much of the time, the market does come down between 0.5 and 0.236. If it is a small retracement, something like this, it would be mostly coming down to 0.236. And if it is a big retracement, let's say, for example, we have already got, for example, I have already got this retracement and I have got a target which has been completed. So most of the time it would be coming back to 0.5 level. This is very important. Understand this part. Once you understand this important part, you will be able to go for longs accordingly. Otherwise, things would be very difficult. Let me just change the not required at this stage, or not required at this stage, even who is not being required, right? So even if I just see across with these points, this is my low, this is my high. I got a retracement somewhere around 0.5 levels. And once I know that, okay, it has started moving above this part, probably at low part, I can get an entry. So I go for the exact points. Let's say we go for the exact coordinates and try to find out what are the things and how they are being happening. My high over here is 32.3. So 32.3 is my high. I'm only taking the highs and the lows. I'm not looking for any kind of candles which are there in between. 735.75. 0.75. So this is my high and low. It came down. See, my 50% is 15,884. And this has come down to 886.6. So 2 points here and there, probably we have to take that risk. It's not necessary that, okay, it is very accurate. It will only come down to 0.5 and after that only I'll be able to take an entry. Nothing like it. If you go for the reversal, probably I'll be able to get my exact point also. For example, I know this is the opening, this is the closing. I mean, like the low, the high, and after that I get an extension which is somewhere around 1.272. So ideally I can take a entry over at this point also, where I know that, okay, fine, this is coming between this part. So if it goes beyond this 895.3, and if it is not crossing below this 884, I can probably take an entry between these levels, that is a 15,884 and 15,895. So that gives me an entry level which is good, probably because I know that this is just 1.272 extension which has been completed, and after that I'll be able to go up, right? So this can be done in various time frames. We'll take one more example. Let's go for Reliance, because this was the previous cycle which I have at least been able to trade. The details are already been put up across on the videos. I'll go to a lower time frame, let's say for an hourly one. I'll remove this volume also, not required. So this is in investing. I've taken this example. Why? Because we can be covering trading view as well as in investing also. So investing again, I do the same thing. On the left hand side, we have got this various tools. So 1, 2, 3, third number of tool. I get a small arrow over here. I click on that. I immediately get this various tools. Again over here, it is Fib Retracement. So I click on that. What I do is I again get a high. And I get a low, right? So what happened is after this low, I had a high, the market did come down. This was exactly to 0.5 levels. It come down, it took almost support 1, 2, 3 times. And after that, it started moving up. In a day's time, this was the candle which had gone up and it exactly came down to somewhere around 70 levels, I guess. 2570 level, probably just above this 1.618 level, and after that it started moving down, right? If I check this into the second Fibonacci, right, taking 2570 as my high and again this as my low, right? So again, if you see, this has come down exactly to 0.5 level, right? And after that it has got moving up. So not exactly to 1.618 level, but probably 1.27 level. Yes. So if we see on the first Fibonacci, we had a range which was been formed. The market did come up and then it went up, right? So you can consider this as a complete one leg, and then this is the second retracement. So this is something more of an Elliott wave, which principle which is there. Let's say, for example, we have this first leg, then second leg, third leg, fourth leg, fifth leg, and then we have a downward part, which is A, B, C. And when this has been formed, probably this becomes your complete entire one leg. So this is 1, this is 2, and then this can be 3, 4, 5, and then A, B, C, something like that, right? So Fibonacci depends upon various parts and from various levels. For example, if I see from the high level, right? I'll continue with the same Fibonacci and thus just go from the high to the low, right? So this is my high, that is level 1, and this is my low, right? And whereas this market come down to, the market has come down to my 0.5 level, which is 2610, right? So here, if you see altogether, there has been a price action exactly at those levels. Like it was going up, coming down, going up, coming down, and then the market has been moving up, right? This has been there. Now, if I consider probably this same Fibonacci and draw it in a different way from top to the bottom, right? Let's say, for example, this is my top and this is my bottom, which has been formed, right? So this was my high, and from this high, this was probably my high, and from there it came a low. Again, what happened is I got my first resistance, it went up, I got my second resistance, and after that the market started moving down. It took a support somewhere around 0.76 level, started moving up. From here, today we saw a deep down part, right? So probably this trade also we had taken, and we had taken this trade almost 2 days back. I'm just trying to show you. So this was there on 24th of May. 24th of May is this day, 2 days back. So probably when the market was at the top, we took a trade. It went up again. It did go up. It didn't probably move above the high, and it started moving down. So here also when it came down, we did hold on with the stock because RSI MSID was also coming down, and our targets were about to no, we have taken a small downtrend in Reliance from 2618 to down. The target was 2587, 2573. So 2573, 2587 was 1.272 target, but it went below that. It went up to 2557, right? So that was today's trade. When it came down, probably we just traded our stop loss. After this candle, when it was coming down, we trailed it and we were out of the trade. So Fibonacci retracements can be done in various time frames. It depends upon where you exactly the retracement is been coming, right? So for example, from I am getting this. Let's say this is my low, and after that this is my high, and I got a entry somewhere around at 0.5. So I'll start taking it up 1.272. If it is not going above that, probably I'll start trading my stop loss from here further up. And when I know that okay, this double top is not going any further, I'll just try to trail my stop loss and close the trade, right? Because this is like double tops are always dangerous until and unless you have a cup and handle being formed after that. If it is not forming, just try to move to the trade. That is how you'll be able to take trades on different time frames, right? Similarly, when you're, let's say for example, this complete range is there, I say that okay, if 0.5 it is not been crossing, probably I should be able to go down further. This can be also taken as trades. So it depends upon various factors. It is not only the Fibonacci which we have to trade, but with this we have to see RSI, MACD, momentum, how is the moving average been moving, what is the long-term trade, short-term trades. So we'll cover one by one all these things together. Let's stick to the one basic thing at a part and then try to move further, right? And a humble request to all you guys is please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is the name of the channel is Unit of Technical Analysis for Trading, and also do subscribe to our Telegram channel, which is Unit of Technical Analysis. Thank you so much. And if you have any doubts, please do let me know. I'll try to answer that at the earliest. Thanks. Bye. Take care.